Today we are being interns at the University of Nebraska, and we are to send out recruiting letters to be personalized to each individual recruit for a couple of different sports with a couple of different coaches. So in order to do that, we have to make it look like the letter is tailored specifically to that athlete. So when you log into your Google Docs, you'll notice that you've had a recruit letter instruction shared with you. Double click on it, open it up, and we're going to go ahead and go to File, Download As, Microsoft Word file. Come down here, you can open it up. Hopefully you're able to see the text boxes. For some reason they're not showing up here, but if it doesn't show up, you can just do a split screen. I'm going to drag up here and scoot it over, and you've got your internet open over here. The reason you need to see the text boxes is because it has instructions. So here are the instructions. And it says update today's date. So this is actually today's date. There's going to be no updating. And you can just go back and forth here. If it does work, hopefully it will end up looking like this, where you have the directions in red and the red text boxes. So the first thing, update today's date. This is today's date. Otherwise I would type in the new one. After you've done that, you can delete that instruction. Change your font to Arial size 12. I'm going to hit Command A to select all, and we'll go up and change my font to Arial. I believe we're all already size 12. It looks good. Already done to step 2. We're flying. Highlight the paragraph's double finger click paragraph. Change the line spacing to exactly 19 font. Okay, so just the paragraphs, so we're just right here. Double finger clicks, you take 2 fingers and click, or else you can hold down Control and click. And we're going to paragraph. Line spacing is at single. It's supposed to be exactly. If we do double, it's going to be too much. If we do 1.5, it's not quite right. We want it exactly at 19. So we'll type in 19 and click OK. Looks lovely. Okay. I can get rid of that text box. Add a border. Borders are a little screwy here, but we're going to go to Format, Borders and Shading, and we want to go to Page Border. This may be selected. We're going to go to Page Border, Box, and you can pick any of them that you want. And with this Mac, you're going to go to Options, and instead of margin, we're going to go to the edge of the page. And actually, instead of 31, you'll probably want to type in 25. That just puts it at the right spot. Click OK, click OK. We now have a page border. And we're down to step 3. Step 4, add a letterhead for the University of Nebraska at the top of the page. Okay, so here is an example of like St. John's letterhead. We have the logo off in the corner, the title, address. We're not going to get that detailed. We just want something basic. And so we're going to get one for the University of Nebraska. So we're going to do a quick Google search for Nebraska, not Nebraska women's basketball coach, just Nebraska. Look for images, and here's a nice Nebraska N. So I'm going to copy the image. We're not going to use this for anything more than educational purposes, so we're okay. And we're going to put that up in the corner. Okay, so January 14, 2015, it's supposed to be 2 inches down from the top. You look over on the side, you see that there's 1 inch, 2 inches. It's not that far off, so we'll just space down a couple. And then we're going to insert a line to just define our space a little bit better. But above this is our letterhead. I want to make it look sharp, make it match. Okay, so I have a letterhead. Okay, directions, add a letterhead, got it. Follow YouTube instructions to merge from the Excel file. Okay, so the YouTube instructions are what you're listening to right now. Minimize out of this, and we're going to go into from Docs, we're going to go into Sheets, and you'll notice that I shared Recruit List Database. You're going to want to open that, and you're going to want to go to File and Download As, Microsoft Excel. Click that. You will open that then. You'll open that up and you'll notice we have a big list of athletes. These are all the recruits that you're going to be recruiting. First name, last name, line 1, line 2 of the address, sport name, experience, attribute. So these are all things that you're going to want to insert. You have one letter and you're going to make it so this letter is tailored for everybody. We're going to link this file to this file. So when it says athlete's first name, it's going to draw from the athlete's first name. When it says last name, it's going to just insert their information all the way down to their individual strengths. So what we're going to do is go up to Tools and go to Mail Merge Manager, and then we're going to create new, and we're making form letters. So we have to get the list, and this is not a new data source because you're not creating it. We're going to open a data source, and for you it's probably going to be under Downloads because that's where your files go when you download them, and for me it's going to be under Recruit Mail Merge. And so the Recruit List Database is what you're going to link it up to, again probably under your Downloads folder, and click Open. Is it trusted? You bet. Okay, so now that we have that, we want to link it up to Sheet 1, again on Excel. You have multiple sheets down here, or you can. We just want Sheet 1. So, entire worksheet, okay. If we were to look, we have athlete first name, athlete last name, athlete line 1, line 2, sport name, etc. So, where it says merge athlete first name, I'm going to delete that, and instead we're just going to click on this and drag it into right where it said that. Pretty easy. Put a space, delete the second one, athlete last name, drag it in. Line 1 of the address, line 2 of the address. Pretty easy, right? Dear, merge athlete's first name, and I deleted a comma there, so I need to add my comma back in. Merge sport name, coaching, whatever the same sport is, space. Ooh, experience. Oh, do I have experience? Good. Click on that and delete the experience. I also deleted a period, so we'll put that back in. Sport name, drop it in, add the period, space. Scroll down. Alright, you're still listening to the instructions, but one of the instructions is going to be you have to delete this. Right now we just see what it looks like from the merged side. If you click the ABC button, it goes live and it actually pulls things in. Wally West is our first person, and he lives on 101 West Herman in San Francisco. Dear Wally, it's been my pleasure to be coaching basketball at the University of Nebraska for the last basketball. That's an issue. I messed up there, so I need to put my experience in instead of sport name. Did you catch that the first time? Experience. Period, space, space. That's why you proofread, ABC. For the last 2 years, in that time I've had the pleasure of coaching several top-tier athletes and enjoyed helping them develop both athletically and also as individuals. While reviewing your film, I believe you could be one of those athletes. I'm especially impressed with your speed and agility. St. Patrick's is truly blessed to have an athlete of your caliber at helm. I'm sure you'll be missed. March 11th, we're hosting a camp. where we'll be hosting the best of the best from around the country. I believe you would be very competitive in our camp, and I'd like to personally invite you to the Pinnacle Bank Arena. Sincerely, Tim Miles. Alright, we can fly through that, all looks good. We can see Dear Tony Stark, Steven Rogers, all sorts of superheroes in the mix here. And it'd be a good idea to read through a couple of these and just make sure that, yes, it is pulling them in. Okay, Dear Slade. This is going to be one from Darren Erstad. Okay, it's been my pleasure to be coaching baseball at the University of the last 5 years. Had pleasure coaching several top-tier athletes. Again, you can read through. Let me see if we can find one of Connie Yori's. Make sure they're all doing Dear Rose, Connie Yori. In basketball for 13 years. You see how it's tailored to them, pulls in the information. So we're going to save the file, save as, and you're going to save it as something different this time. Save it at the desktop so it's easy to find. Recruit letter dash your name, click the save button, make sure it's again the desktop, and then print one page as an example. Be prepared to show how your document works. So basically all that's saying is be prepared to go through these and explain how this pulls things in. And also I just want to make sure that you set it up correctly. You need to print one. If you ever wanted to print all of these, you'd click this merge to printer and it's going to print every single one of these. We'll go to the first one, click on this one, go to the last one. We have 12 different people that we could be sending stuff to. If I click this print button, merge to printer, it's not going to ask me a second time. It's going to go and all 12 are going to print off exactly like this. So I'm going to delete this, and the last thing I do is go to File, Print, and this way only prints one page at a time. So I can hit Print. If I just want to print a different example, I'm going to print Peter Parker. I'm a big Spider-Man fan, not really, but File, Print, that's just going to be Peter Parker that it's printing to. Print. After that, you've saved it, you've printed it, you are done. Congratulations.